say something to me that I don't like, and I come right back at you and counterattack. And these kinds of interactions lead to stress. The stress leads to anxiety. The anxiety is a protective thing. We want to get out of anxiety. What do we do to relieve ourselves of anxiety? We drink. We may get in an inappropriate relationship. We don't come home. We do a whole lot of things to get rid of the anxiety in an unhealthy way. So I think we have to be, again, mindful. Like the Zen Buddhists say, you have to be mindful, you have to be aware, and you have to be in the moment. And this is very hard. It's easy to say, but it's hard to do unless your brain is telling you that what you have to do, be aware of it. There was a great book written in 1903 by a British writer and philosopher, James Allen. And the title of the book was As a Man Thinketh. And it's from the proverb 23, verse 7. As a man thinketh, so he or she shall be. So our thought processes control every situation in our lives, be it good or bad, in terms of the thoughts we have. You can't plant potatoes and get tomatoes. No. If you have bad thoughts, right. Bad thoughts, inappropriate thoughts, you're in an environment that's unhealthy in terms of your thinking. You're with a peer group that's doing things that you know shouldn't be done. You're going to have problems. If you make those choices to be the right choices, the moral choices, the good choices, it's going to have just the opposite effect, and you're going to blossom and enjoy life to the fullest you can. So the important thing is that those choices not only are under our control. I mean, we make the choice. But genetically, we actually are turning our genes off for good or bad by how we think. We actually are affecting the neuroplasticity of our brain, the connections in our brain with our thoughts. You know, we glibly talk about the mind-body connection. Well, there's a huge connection between the mind and the body and what happens. We know heart attacks and all the other bad things that happen. But we also know a healthy mind and a healthy body is the most important thing in life.
You know, you're giving us new ways to think about things that we do. As we mentioned, the exercise, we're going to think it's good for our brain. Prayer, we're going to think good for our brain. A relationship, instead of, maybe our husband, got us a little irritated or annoyed, and instead of thinking, I just want to tell him what I think about why didn't he make the bed today, whatever it was. Think, you know what, I'm going to avoid this because if I get into a fight, it's going to flood my brain with cortisol, and I don't need that stress right now. My brain has enough cortisol.
You put it in much better words than I do. I get a little too technical at times, but you're right. You're exactly right.
It's just another way to understand, to help ourselves control ourselves and to make healthier choices. So we're almost done with our square. We